I do want to hear about some of your experiences in a couple of the things that we had talked about doing last time. So the first one we said was talking with your AE about MEDDPICC. And let's just plan on going around in a little group. Everyone can take as long as you'd like. You could share specifics of your insights and things you talked about or things you walked away from. It's a learning session too, so don't feel like it's just like a recap. You can also share insights and stuff about you learned from the experience. What about you, Zach?
Yep. So I chatted with my AE and listened to like all of the calls from start to finish which was a deal that he said was probably his most complicated deal since he's been here. So that was interesting. There was a lot going on, and it was good to like take notes on each call and kind of go through that. Not only just like, oh, like how'd you get MEDDPICC, but like through the like the progression of the deal in the beginning, asking like, hey, like, did you think she was your champion? What made you think that? What made you not think that? Like how she was talking. So it was good to like go through that in like chronological order with him because it was so recent. He had remembered a lot of the pinpoints, and so it was great to go through that with him. There was so much stuff though. It was like insane. There was partners involved trying to backdoor competition. There was we couldn't talk to the EB because a previous deal tried to talk to the EB and completely got shut out from the evaluation. A bunch of procurement issues, a lot of paper process stuff that went through, and so it was a good one to listen to if you guys want to listen to that. 40 hours of calls, probably at least, but
Wow.
it was really good.
What other key takeaways did you get from that conversation? So there was a lot you talked about, but maybe things we
Yeah,
didn't
there's a
talk
lot.
about necessarily in our group too. But
Yeah, some of the stuff, and I don't know necessarily where this would fall within MEDDPICC, but like some of his conversations around like helping them through the success cycle and like post deployment care and coming up with a mutual action plan. The mutual action plan was actually really cool. It was a document that he had shared with the champion at the time to basically like outline some dates and key milestones that they both wanted to hit and people that were associated with it and what needed to happen to get there. So that was really cool to see that because she was bought into it. She was updating it, 2, 3 times a week. They would bring it up on calls. They would adjust it,
mm,
which I feel like happens all the time, right? You're always adjusting dates, but when she was adjusting that date, she knew she's like, yeah, now we need to get this done. Like it raised her urgency. I feel like the mutual action plan was pretty cool.
yeah,
There's,
and
there's a lot more. There's some things.
yeah, one kind of confusing which of you said it on your LinkedIn messages, but I got the impression that you really understand our type of sales process. We're not selling to someone. We're working with them to champion an initiative at their company and make some sort of change at their company. And I really felt like this group got that in your heads, like strong in the way you're talking about stuff. And you can see that with Scott in his conversation with his champion was that it was her project. She was the one who wanted to make this change. It was her action plan. She was the one who needed to get things involved. If you have an opportunity look at one of your closed loss deals and talk to an AE about it, and it'll be them trying to chase someone down to get paper process done, them trying to figure out what the next step is, and they're ghosting me, they're not talking to me, I don't know when they're going to get back to me, because it's your action plan, not their action plan. So at some point, maybe if you really wanted to get in the weeds, try to find the specific call where Scott first introduced that action plan, mutual action plan with that prospect, and hear the language and how he talked about it and got her buy-in, because that's really, really key. And I know this is an account development discussion that we're talking about, or an AE discussion. The same principle applies with coaching when you're trying to help someone as a leader in figuring out what they should do in setting their goals. I might come to you and say, you have this issue, you need to do these things differently. I really know you need to do that thing differently. But if I just tell you and you walk away without you owning it, no change happens. And so you actually apply almost the same exact skill set as an AE that you would as a leader. Kind of why that connection is so strong there. And we have people that go into leadership and sales and back and forth because you really are applying that same principle. So